You are watching Liberty Online TV.
Hello and welcome to yet another edition of the program, the Liberty Education Talk. We always come to you on Liberty Online TV, on our Facebook, YouTube, and our website. May they bring this edition of the program to you. My name is Al-Hassan Kuruma. And inside this edition of the program today, we will look at the preparedness for the WASSCE and BECE exams 2024. Within this mean for principals across the country and students the way they prepare for the WASSCE and the BECE exams, all will come to you inside this edition of the program. Don't forget to send your comments in the comment section. And of course, as we get time for look at some particular comments in that particular page day. One more time, the program they come the way, na Liberty Education Talk, as we always look into the education trend in the country. And today we get a special focus on the WASSCE and the BECE exams preparedness for students and principals across the country. For Kaipi talk about this topic, are they with a principal from the Advent International Preparatory School or Senior Secondary School, we na Arthur Williams. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Yes, good evening, Anasa.
Okay. Now, a pleasure for get you now the studio. Fam will continue for watch this na Liberty Education Talk, as we always there for bringing to you for standard information about education na the country. Well, inside the program as well, we get for look at the issue we get for deal with some students we don't get for write the WASSCE exams due to the portal we WAEC includes early. Well, this don't create a lot of concern for principals and schools across the country. That as well been there in line with the Ministry of Education. We be the talk with WAEC for see that and be able to open the portal. But plenty students according to information not get for write this particular exams. What does this mean for the country? What does this mean for the education sector of the country? All this we go look at inside the program. May I bring you the guest, Arthur Williams. As a principal, you know, we don't follow the education trend of the country.
Okay.
So how it started all this issue we get for do with portal, registering students for the exams, and so this final time we'll be back for prepare for the exams.
Well, as we all know, this is the 21st century, and almost every country they go digital. So, and I guess that WAEC also decided that let's have a go digital, which was good. It made the system easier for do. You can just have a computer and your internet. You do you input as much names as you want, pictures them. And even in terms of the assessment, everything was very, very easy when it comes to the portal side. But then we find out that one of the things that they affect this portal issue for me is lack of communication. And the problem is, Al-Hassan, is that WAEC will open the portal and schools would not be aware of that. And only when maybe you'll be talking to your colleague and XYZ or ABC, then you realize that, oh, so portal not open. So, and then WAEC has two ways of dealing with private and secondary schools. So, private, yes, and government schools. So you go find out that for government schools, they are much, WAEC communicates with them much more than private schools. So this is my own experience. I don't know for other principals out there. So this is exactly what is happening. And even I can give a few examples of some of the colleagues that we I don't know, when their first time, for example, their first time, they don't get the WAEC code, and their first time for take the exam for 6 with their own code. You will find out, say, they will get for go now WAEC over and over and over for a simple communication where this school, for example, have a school. Where am I going to take these exams? Is it Prince of Wales School? Is it girls' school? Where? You will find so. You would go to WAEC and they would tell you we're going to send the letter, and then the letter will never arrive. So except you go there and go there and go there and go there before you eventually know exactly where you get for take your exams. So the key thing with this portal is it's a good thing, it's a great thing, it streamlined everything. I'm sure it makes life for the examination center very, very easy. But the key thing I want to say is that the lack of communication between schools, government, and the examination body has to be streamlined in such a way that everything has to be in sync. For right now, if my own opinion is everything is slightly out of sync, when one of the big issues that really cause this imbalance in terms of entries in the WASSCE and BECE.
Okay. You talk about the issue for with the medium of communication between WAEC and the school state, where you try for differentiate the private and the government.
Yeah.
Meaning WAEC, they communicate early to government-assisted school than the private institution.
Well, I would say that the government schools are more in sync with WAEC, and there are some private schools as well who are always in sync with WAEC. But something happened to a colleague of mine. He was extremely lucky, as I was telling you. For example, I think last year, this colleague of mine do in BECE entry sometime after January. So I think that when WAEC, they open a portal early, and then close them on in January 7th, I think. But this colleague was of the opinion that WAEC they open the portal on a particular time and close on a particular time, and you can normally close them after February for the BECE. Only for he was having a discussion with a colleague of it was like portal don't close yesterday for BECE. I could tell you it was that guy almost went mad because he was thinking, how am I going to tell my kids, my parents that they're not going to take the exams? You imagine you're not picking up prepare for like 3 years and stuff. But fortunately, WAEC may actually reopen the portal like a week later. So it not really matter. So these are the things that we talk about. One of the remedies I might suggest is that now to communicate is very easy. You can get a WhatsApp group. We're talking about a regional body here, especially for Sierra Leone. They could reach out to WhatsApp and say, you know what, we have 500 schools, we have 2,000 schools here. Can you do something for us where we can put all of these schools in one group and where we can be communicating regularly, so at least you can expand. You know, where it can be innovative and make use of technology as it is, and we'll be able to communicate these things way ahead of time, so that if they can do that, all these issues about portal the law, this, then it is just because, on my own opinion, actually, it's because of poor communication. That's it.
Well, from the private school perspective, as a principal, what thing I don't do for able to communicate with the Ministry of Education with regards to this issue, because anything we get for do with education, therefore be regulated by the Ministry of Education, because there was a time where we see some principals from private institutions and being talk with the ministry for like they able for come into the aid for like WAEC best and go for release the portal. And we see it may happen, WAEC being release the portal, then we open up for a few days and later then close down. So as principal now a private institution, how don't they relate with the Ministry of Education?
Well, I can only speak for my own side, and I have a few colleagues, so I'm able to say that we have a very good relationship with the Ministry, of Education, because the Ministry, they have their inspectors, They check on us, they check on the curriculum, they check on the facilities, they check on everything, the playground, whether they have water, the toilet facilities. So we have a very good relationship with the ministry, and I'm sure that most private schools we do. So the thing is, the private schools, we and the ministry, we don't have much issues, because where we go wrong, the ministry will send the inspectors. They'll either correct us or they'll call us up into the ministry, and then we'll figure things out and fix them. But again, I think this is an examining body, right? And it's kind of like regional, right? And I don't know how the administrative works between the ministry and WAEC. I'm not that sure. But I would say that the lays quite closely. So, but the key thing is portals, they open, and principals are not aware of it. That is the key thing. So, and the government, the ministry can say, okay, well, I can, pull up a policy, I can enforce this, I can enforce that. But that is just, from my own perspective, again, it's like use hurricane for sweepy hose, if you know what I mean. A simple thing is that if we can streamline our communication between schools, the ministry, and the WAEC, wherein all information going on are in sync, right? All of these issues will disappear.
Okay. Well, I've continued for states where name Arthur Williams, now the principal for the Adverts International Secondary School, where therefore can help we for talk on this particular topic on the preparedness for the WASSCE and BECE exams we for start now the country. And also we look at the issue we get to do with the portal system, we don't affect principals and various schools across the country. The program we watch now Liberty Education Talk, as we always can bring you insightful information with regards to education in the country. Now they make the program meet you this evening. My name is Al-Hassan Kurma. Uncle Afo, inside your opening statement, you talk about the issue we have to do with digitalized system, which has been introduced for schools across the country. We see now some of the problems in this with some principles in the field, because I can mention that there are plenty of principles who understand about computer, the inputting system, will be they create a lot of delay for like able to submit students their name the way for write the WASSCE exams.
Yes, that again is a problem, because initially when I had to go through my own BECE entry, I will tell you, Alassane, I almost went crazy, okay, because it was new. I had to download it. I don't know what for do. But one of the things I did was that I have very good communication with my colleagues out there in terms of municipal school, Helena High School. I have a network of principals and teachers. Okay. So I actually took my laptop there and I sat down. I'm an educationist, and to quote Socrates, the day where you think that you don't sabi everything, that's the day you stop learning. So it was not beneath me to actually take my laptop and say, hey, you have experience in terms of this thing. You've been doing this for quite some time, maybe a year before me. How does this thing work? Okay. Well, for me, I would say I'm kind of tech savvy. I don't used to computers. So you can just spend 30 minutes with me and I can pick up quickly and work things. But you have other people and a little bit disadvantaged in terms of information technology. And that's going to take them quite a while for them to pick up on that. But again, there are ways in which they could go around that. I mean, they must have staff there. They're quite IT savvy. One of the things they do with the principals they need for do right now is to hold workshops and have trainings on this. Because, again, if a principal walks up to the WAEC and says, I come up from, for example, Harvard School, would it be possible for you to send someone to come and train us on how to do the portal in terms of WASSCE and BECE, I think WAEC would gladly do that. WAEC would gladly do that. Or if the principal asks an inspector from the Ministry of Education, because each school has a designated inspector there. I need help. Is there a way I can have a workshop, even with you or something, where you teach us how to do this thing or teach us how to do it so we go able to meet with deadlines and stuff? I think what my own experience with my own inspector who really handled me, he would gladly do that. Again, I would say for myself, I will not speak for everyone else, but I think I would speak for most inspectors for say they would gladly do that, to have a workshop and do them. So in as much as it's a disadvantage, some people are, well, slightly disadvantaged when it comes to terms of information technology.
Yeah.
But with proper care and training and support, if the principal they ask for that, it will gladly be done for them. So asking your inspector of schools that, hey, I need some help. Can you help me out here? Or what do I, but send one technician come in and can train me and my teachers on this. I think that is a great way forward by which for the gap between the information technology and the digital side and the non-digital side of our or the traditional side of our schools can be met with proper training and workshopping. I think that's the key and that's the way forward.
All right. You also talk about the issue we get for do with the communication aspect. Like key aspect so far from WAEC for the communicate with una. But as a school or a principal, you know, una don't get any information of when the exams get for start for the WASSCE or when the exams for the BECE get for start. Has that been communicated?
Well, it's traditional. It's traditional in a sense that BECE normally starts after July, and WASSCE always starts after. WASSCE is always there before BECE, but that's how it is. So we may not know the exact date, say it will start maybe March 30 or March this, no. But we do know that WASSCE comes before BECE, because BECE always comes in, it's a week, maybe in July, ending of first week, August or something like that. It always comes in. Or somewhere end of June to July for a week. We'll know that. And we will say WASSCE always they come before. So we know that, and based on that time frame there, this is how we work. But for not the exact...
But during the normal time,
yeah,
WASSCE can start around March. And we are now in April. So moving forward, so we don't know when the exams will start.
Well, yes. Again, that has to do with the exam.
So you don't think, say, consistency get for day with regards to exams, preparedness. The student for don't know, say now this particular month I get for write my WASSCE exams, I get for write my BECE exams. If there is a change, we will say yes. That's something will probably happen within the country. Make there is a change so far on them particular months in the way exams and the start. So with that, they affect the school. It affects the PK that's where we get for write the exam, because they don't even know when the exams get for come up. They don't even know the month or date at which them for write the exams.
Again, this is why I'm stressing on the importance of communication and getting everybody should be in sync. So one of the things, and well, which should have been done by WAEC, I'm just floating a ball here, was that Ministry of Education, I think we're going to be late. So how are we going to communicate this to schools? Ministry will say, when do you think the exams will start? Well, I'm going to be a few weeks late. This and that. I say, okay, well, all right. Then give us your tentative timetable. Because there's a communication schedule, you can communicate that to every school. You don't bring out your timetable and this and that. Or you say, hi, everyone. Exams are going to be slightly late for a few weeks. Please stay tuned. You'll be updated as it comes along. That is fine. Everybody knows that it is late, and everybody is expecting that, and it keeps everyone on their toes, and everybody's in sync. This is what I'm saying. So, but again, it starts in March, and now it's April. Nothing has been said. We don't know what's happening. Timetable is not out yet. Again, I would say that on the behalf of WAEC, organizing a national exam, the logistic that it takes is enormous in terms of ensuring that the exam, there is no examination malpractice, ensuring that the papers do not leak, and getting the centers prepared, moving your staff across the country. And Sierra Leone is huge, by the way. So it's big, and I must say, it's for WAEC, for they do that every single time, every year, 3 times, for MPSC, for WASSCE, and for BECE. It's a huge task, and it takes a lot. Then they get part up that, then get for mark, then go for collate marks, then go for publish them, and then go for collate them and put on a gazette. It's a huge.
But that's not a yardstick for we get delay in the exams, because it's an examination body. We don't conduct the exams for quite a very long time now in the country. What we really talk about here, therefore, do with consistency. Okay. We want to see consistency in the aspect of WAEC with regards to conducting exams. If there is a challenge, we know say the Ministry of Education, and then they're on top of education business in the country. So whatever we challenge we WAEC gets should have been communicated to the ministry that this is what we are going through. Talking about manpower, finance, and
that is what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. But again, you're right in that aspect. You're definitely right. I mean, consistency is there. If it were in Europe or in the USA, you would never have this lab system move on. No, never. When they don't fix a date for a month, they do it. I understand that, and we value that. I value that. But this is how it is, right? So what I'm saying here is that we have to start communicating, and we have to start being in sync with each other. And then ministry can now say, what do you need? Okay, you are now here. What do you need for this not to happen again? So by communicating, right, where they suggest that the minister and why keep in sync, they do communicate. But they have to do it in sync. They have to be like this. Everybody, they know what they happen. Right? For I think now there is from outside looking in, there is this lag of a few days or something like that. But I believe that yes, consistency is needed, and WAEC has no excuse for that. But I would say we could give them a little space. Actually, I mean they're doing a good job.
All right, continue for state we. Yeah. Name na Arthur Williams, na a principal for the Advert International Secondary School. We about these preparedness for the WASSCE and the BECE exams we then for conduct for 2024. This is a program we always in Camry every Wednesday at 6 to 6:30. We always look in depth into the issues we get for with the education business in the country. Continue for send you comments at the comment section. As we get time, we will look at the comments as we continue with the program. This is Liberty Online TV. You'll get me live now with Facebook page, with YouTube, and with websites. Now I'll join you, Uncle Arthur.
Yeah.
We look at Una now as a school,
okay,
and as a principal as well.
Yeah.
How you don't prepare your school, your candidates them for these exams coming. Though you don't know the dates when the exam will start, but however, as a school, if you don't prepare now.
Yes. We prepare. Our own level of preparation is quite different from other schools. So I know we'll talk all with secrets how we prepare our students, but I will tell you that as one of the things that I will say out here is education, not to tell the hype and picking. That's one of the big mistakes schools then they make. Picking them for know their course outline. Okay, Salonia, your teacher will tell you, say, if for example they want to do integrated science, they want to force energy and stuff on integrated science. They will begin the topic. I know they teach you today, tomorrow we can school out. No. For us, we give you for the term what we are going to do because we expect you to be reading ahead. Because when we, if for example, we don't finish potential energy, right? Or we don't finish kinetic energy, we'll move on to potential energy. We will tell you plain say, okay, we'll finish kinetic energy today. I would love the class to go ahead and read up on potential energy. What is potential energy? How was it formed? Or how does it affect X, Y, Z, A, B, C? And then when we come back, we expect the children already have gotten previous knowledge on potential energy which you can build on. Then one of the things we will also try for do in terms of preparing them is what you call examination, what's the word? Morals and ethics in terms of examination. Okay. And basic spying, cheating. Okay. Because one of the things which we are finding out is that a good example is going to be like, for example, a child looks at Champions League every day. They GSS3, they watch Champions League every day, and then they study. But this particular child, they study all day, this and dandy, blah blah blah. But then, come September, both of them are sitting in SS1.
Okay.
That people would ask yourself, why did I study? What's going on? I mean, inside one do the same thing. You understand? And so one of the things that we would prepare students for is examination, ethics, and morals. I can give you this story, right? I had a pupil, right? She went through the BECE. She had her grades. And she had comments, actually. 2 months later, she left for the States. When she left for the States, I think he forgot SS1. Then pull her SS1, then go put her SS2, they make her get the kidda. You understand? But and they didn't need for say no. Make it the SS1 because know their making system. So I keep in touch with that particular pupil, and do you know what she said? She said, Uncle Arthur, everything you have been teaching us here is what they're teaching us there. So I tell my kids, you don't need to be lazy and not read. You have to prepare your child mentally for an exam so that they understand that first of all, people have to understand why they're going to school. I would bet you if you invite 10 people right here and you ask them, why are you going to school? None of them are able to answer that question. Why are they going to school? None of them are able to answer. They wake up in the morning, they wash, they come to school and pack their lunch, but they don't even know their purpose of coming to school. So once that happens is that you have to prepare your child mentally for the exams as well as academically. I won't say much about the academic aspect because I don't want to let them into it secret, but those are the 2 ways by which we can prepare children for exams.
All right, continue for watch the program Liberty Education Talk as they look at the preparedness for the BECE and the WASSCE exams for 2024. Me, they make the edition. Reach you, my name na Al Hassan Kuruma. Continue for send you comments in the comment section, or you send me a text message to the number 074 200 545 074 200 545. Well, let me look at this issue. We get for do with the number of students and we not get for write this particular exams for this year is over 160,000 begin them right across the country. Not get for write the exams due to this late input in the portal system. How this holistically therefore affects the education trend and then picking in the.
Well, I would say that psychologically, that would devastate the kids. Psychologically, that would devastate the kids because you've gone to school for 3 years only to find out that you cannot take the exams. That is enough devastation as it is. And in their mind, they get to spend another one whole year, right, doing what? So that alone, some of the causes of that is going to be teenage pregnancy, it's going to be idleness, which might lead to drugs, which might lead to so many other aspects which we're looking at.
Okay.
Because if you have 160,000, 160,000 kids sitting for a whole year, that is trouble in itself all over the country for parents. Okay. So, but we may do something about it. I know WASSCE. But again, you also have to understand that the logistical part of WASSCE is that they have to draw a line somewhere so they can prepare for the exams. So you don't even know if because they may open that portal for 1 week, make 30 the appeal exams or start it. So
so you think say probably WASSCE go open the portal again so that they go for get more intake? Well, I'm pretty sure from the information we get, like it was now the last thing this we did open the portal because this is April. And although we don't know when the exams will start, but however, inside April, I know see why go down the prepare now, the manpower, then gadgets, then for the exams we will start. So are you seeing the possibility, say, why open the portal again for another time?
No, I do not see the possibility of WAEC opening the portal.
Okay.
Short of postponing the exams until after BECE, but I do not see the possibility of that happening. With the WAEC reopening the portal, I do not see that. Okay. But one of the things that now we will get for focus on is guidance counseling with these children. We get for talk to them, make them understand that these things will, this is how it is. Sometimes, these things happen and they therefore stay focused, they therefore stay calm, and they will see them with who.
Okay. Well, I send the bet with Ranga one. Okay. Blair, I just ask you this final question. We get to do with the BECE, if whether we get the same issues with regards to the BECE, input for students across the country.
Well, again, I don't think I read much about that.
Yes, it's much about the WASSCE.
It's more about the WASSCE. It's more about the WASSCE.
Okay.
But
for the BECE is okay.
I haven't had much.
Yes, because we back as well able to get more information
about the BECE.
That particular thing. Well, for round up, which will be your final message to viewers and we'll encouraging with students and really prepare for the exam.
Well, my final message could be to the 160,000 people that will able seats. It's like, don't look at this as time wasted. Don't get discouraged. There's a lot of things you can do. You can walk into an IT studio. You can study photography. You can do video. You can do video editing. You can do IT. There's a lot of things you can do that will actually be important to you after you take your WASSCE. So don't look at this like a door closed. Look at it like the opportunity for further yourself and grow yourself and make yourself stronger. So, when we take the exams, take heart, try for engage in other activities, positive activities, not negative activities, and you will sail through. I think that's going to be my last thing to.
All right. Thank you so much. Arthur Williams, now the principal for the Advert International Secondary School. I appreciate you joining at the studio.
Thank you.
We'll forget you some other time.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, and so this edition of the program will left you on behalf of the management. I want to say plenty thank you to technical team who helped me for do this particular program. Till we meet again, hopefully next Wednesday for another edition of the program, Liberty Education Talk. We will make this edition reach you. My name is Al Hassan Kouma. Stay blessed. Have a comfortable day. Bye-bye.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.